And the playoffs are underway. The draw won by the Trevians. Passing up ahead, now taken away by the Ramblers. Samus, he's taken off by Jeff Parker. Eichelberger puts it into the zone. Depesh left it there, picked up by the Ramblers. Out to the point, Jeff Parker with the blaster, and the save by Bob Depesh. The Trevians' leading scorer in the regular season was Dan Lutz, with Jamie Crowley and John Eichelberger close behind. Leading scorer for Loyola Gold was Matt O'Connor, but he was well back of the top group in the league. Back behind the goal line, taken there by Killian. Into the slot. Lutz tried to take the shot, couldn't get it. And cleared ahead. 2-on-1 break. Chaya tried to find McHugh, couldn't find him, taken by John Eichelberger. Eichelberger comes back the other way. John Eichelberger crosses the red line. Eichelberger spreads him out, put it to the near side. Keelan centered it. Now Lutz tries to work it free. Keelan couldn't come up with it, cleared down, and that's going to be icing. They washed it off, taken by Brad Parker. He fell down. McHugh came up with it, took it right back into the Trevian defense, now taken by Brad Parker. Brad Parker up ahead, and the pass underled for Crowley, put back into the zone, and this time it is icing against the Loyola Ramblers. In the divisional round robin, what happens is the 6 teams that are playing in the Scholastic Cup bracket, which is Newchurch Green, Evanston, Loyola Gold, Stevenson, Glenbrook North, and Deerfield. First time Deerfield has been here since the Rob Woodward years of 1988-89. Back behind the goal line, we play divisional round robin. Ties stand in this round of the divisional playoffs. The 2 teams with the best record advance on. There's a shot. Oh, just a glove, a little tick of the glove. The shot taken by Jeff Davidson. A shot and a save. Depesh got a piece of it off Jamie Crowley's shot. Now out into the slot, taken by Kevin Carroll. Carroll tries to find Shane. Shane dropped past it for Bill Schwartz, and Schwartz was in ahead of the puck. Offside, whistled down against the Loyola Ramblers. Well, we're at that time of year where things really start getting exciting. We kind of have a grand old time here now. We get into the hockey playoffs, and before we get, and just when we get done with the hockey playoffs, at least in the Metro League, then we get into the state basketball playoffs. So there's lots of interesting sports coming your way down the network. So stay with us. Peter Cecil. Cecil puts it into the zone. Jordy Katz skated right by it. Kept in by Paul Yoon. Keneally puts it back out to the point. Paul Yoon, his shot and a save. I don't know if Depesh saw that or not, but anyway, he made the save all the way by. They washed off the icing. Yoon, Keneally, put it to the near side. Last time these 2 teams met, it was a 3-2 Trevians victory. The Trevians beat Loyola Gold pretty badly in the Blackhawk tournament, 7-1. A little extra push and shove goes on over there. Nothing to call. Put back in the zone, delay offside. Keneally up ahead. Put into the zone by Roger Lump. Turns out to be a shot on goal. No, it isn't. It is offside against the Trevians. Aces wild. 11-11 left to play here in the first period. You're on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. The face-off coming up right down in front of us. Leahy put it out of the zone, put back in by Jeff Parker. J.P. LaCourcia, leading defensive goal scorer this year. Now picked up and cleared. Out ahead for Jack Hammond into the zone. Heavy bump taken there. Another one. Picked up by Turner. Out beyond the red line. Now taken by Chaya. Cleared back out. It's now offside. Brought back in offside by Peter Cecil. Now Hammond and Pat Turner have a little getting to know you. Give you something of an idea of the type of scoring we had this year. The defensive goal scorer leader for the 18-game schedule had 8 goals. The record for a defenseman also was in an 18-game schedule with 23. Kind of the difference of how people are playing. Near side, Brad Parker had it ticked away from him. Taken to the near side, back behind the goal line. And again brought over here into the corner. A push and shove along. Now popped free by Parker. Keelan under lead, but picked up by Lutz. Lutz put it into the zone. Nowak, near side, and picked up and cleared to center ice. Picked up by Paul Yoon at the red line. He put it right back down into the Loyola zone to the near side, Samus. Samus brings it up across the red line. Samus puts it in. Back behind the goal line. Left there by C.J. Heitman, the sophomore goaltender for the Trevians. Kevin Carroll put it back down in there. Over to the far side, Peyton Chain. Chain to Matt Schragle. He's double-teamed, and they're pushing along the boards there. Little pushing and shoving. Peter Seitzel and Paul Benjamin got in there. Now picked up by the Trevians on the near side. They'll skate it out in the zone. Out ahead. Now give and go. Ended up back on Jeff Davidson's stick. Now Peyton Chain. Chain up ahead. Bill Schwartz couldn't get through the slot. Through the defenseman. Over to the far side. Davidson got a big bump by LaCourcia. And now cleared all the way down. That's going to be icing against the Loyola Ramblers. Icing against the Ramblers. 8:44 to play here in the period. Now the draw back out to the defense. The shot just a little wide by Matt Passon. Near side, and the Ramblers get it out to center ice. All the way down. It'll be picked up there by Matt Passon. He retreats behind his goal, put to the far side. Out ahead, Keneally. Pat Keneally, and he strong arms himself into the zone, put it through the slot. Got it bouncing up in the air a little bit. Now back behind the goal line, taken there by Leahy. Leahy bothered by Keneally, and now Jordy Katz was over there to help out. Hammond with the puck, and they push it along the boards. Pops free. Little backhander by Katz, and then he got bumped by Connor Long. Near side, and taken by Lump. Tried a little cherry pick move out here for McHugh, but McHugh couldn't get the puck all the way down, and this is going to be icing against the Ramblers, and it is icing against the Ramblers. Got a brand new microphone. Have my fun playing with the new microphone today. Cameraman tonight is Bob Schellis. Picked up by Eichelberger into the slot. Now put over to that far side. And here comes Matt O'Connor. O'Connor 3-on-3. O'Connor split the defense, but lost the puck in the process. Now Lutz back the other way. Dan Lutz to the near side. Right in, there's the O'Donohue. Tried to get the shot away, couldn't do so. Back the other way. Boy, this game's really opened up a little bit. Some nice passing back and forth. Chula now back behind the goal line by Samus. Taken by the Trevians. The Trevians skate it right back up. Brad Parker. Parker into the zone. Parker couldn't get the shot away. Brad, for all that end-to-end rushing that he does very little. That's icing against the Ramblers. Did very little this year scoring. For all that talk about what a great skater he is and scorer he is, he only had 3 goals on the regular season. So a defenseman who is going that far and that deep into the zone with only 3 goals, I would tend to say he better start thinking about passing the puck and doing other stuff and staying out high. Schragle with the shot. That ran off the leg. Paul Yoon. Yoon put it to the far side. Pat Turner. Turner up ahead off the skate of Millard under lead. Now Ho put it into the zone and then got bumped by Bill Schwartz. LaCourcia put it to the near side corner. Picked up by Leahy back behind the goal. LaCourcia fed it ahead and overled the pass. Peter Cecil, and he gave it away to LaCourcia. J.P. LaCourcia into the zone and right back out. Here's Millard. Millard has some room to work with. Millard with the shot ran into a leg of Leahy. Now picked up by the Trevians. They have it inside their attack zone. Back behind Leahy. Leahy wraps it around to the near side. Bill Schwartz. Schwartz now out to the point. Matt Passon keeps it in the zone. Wrapped around to the far side. Chain and Benjamin let it go back out to the point. Passon with the shot and a deflection out front on the near side boards. Now picked up and cleared by the Ramblers. They said no, it was the Trevians that did that. And a massive line change for the Ramblers here as they were on that ice way too long with that line. Chaya put it into the zone. Jeff Parker puts it to the far side. Chaya wraps it off the boards. Trevians near side, and now back over to the far side, a little give-and-go play. Paul Benjamin into the zone. Benjamin with the big blaster and the save by Bob Deppish on the near side boards. Now back out to the center ice. Hammond gave it into Chaya. Chaya shot save into the slot, taken away by the Trevians. A lot of end-to-end action in the first period on this one. First game of the playoffs. Now Davidson dumps it into the zone, goes off on the line change. Over here to the near side, and now Dudek put it back behind the goal to the far side, gave it up right in front, shot save! Canelli got that shot away, and a great save by Bob Deppish. I noticed the New Trier Blue players are here tonight. They have the night off. They start their playoffs tomorrow evening against Glenbrook South. Out high, O'Donohue tried to keep it in the zone. Now taken by Nowak. And Jordy Katz didn't know where it was. Nowak has it again, and he flips it out of the ring. We lose the puck and gain a face-off. 4 minutes and change left to play here in the first period. No score. A lot of end-to-end action, if not a tremendous amount of shots. I'll tell you, I got 3 teams this year here in the Metro North that just really have all kinds of discipline problems. Absolutely no discipline on that bench and on the ice. And Glenbrook South, Lake Forest, and Glenbrook North have all had some hardcore discipline problems. And it's all because the coaches haven't gained control of their team, or unwilling to take control. Peter Cecil back over to that far side. Now back over here to the near side, up into the slot. Now Eichelberger. Eichelberger spreads it out. Eichelberger looking to center. Did so. Shot and a save. Not much on it. Now some pushing and shoving afterwards between Nowak and Cecil. And that's a case of Peter Cecil not really supposed to be there. Peter Cecil is a defenseman. He had no business being in that tight in the zone in that situation. That's where the the forwards are supposed to be. He shouldn't have been in there. Face-off will take place on that far side. 3:36 to play here in the period. LaCourcia tries to find Shane and now dumped right back in by the Trevians. They tagged up. Everybody's copacetic. Near side, Leahy. He'll put it back behind the goal and taken there by LaCourcia. J.P. LaCourcia picks it up. LaCourcia wheeling around, trying to find an opening. Give it to Leahy on the near side. Leahy tried to find Schwartz. Picked away by Benjamin. Nearly given up. Now slides through the crease to the near side. And the Trevians on the breakout. Out ahead under Jamie Crowley's stick, and they'll call that an icing against the Trevians. They said that Jamie Crowley didn't touch it. He was good for the onside, but he was bad for the icing. And the face-off coming up. The draw into the slot. Put to the corner by Chaya. Brad Parker puts it to the far side. Now kept in the zone by Connor Long. Back behind the goal line. To the near side, O'Donohue up to Lump. And a whistle, and we have an injury back behind the play. And with this break in the action, you're watching the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Welcome back. Okay, the injury's over. And we're set for the drop of the puck right down here in front of us following the injury timeout. And dumped in by McHugh. Taken by Peter Cecil. Cecil back behind the goal. Cecil up ahead, Keneally. Keneally gives it to Dan Lutz. Lutz, 2-on-1 break. Lutz shot save. Grabbed and held on, and then a little push and shove to make sure everything stays copacetic. But Depesh with the save on the shot by Dan Lutz on the 2-on-1 break. Now the face-off is taken by LaCourcia. J.P. LaCourcia puts it to the near side. Mike McHugh. McHugh tried to find O'Connor, and the whistle and a hand pass against the Trevians. Whistles it down. Or is it offside? One of the two. I thought it was a hand pass. Maybe it was offside. Now, the face-off, with 2:17 to play, couldn't square themselves off, and Keneally was sent out of there, dumped in by Peter Cecil. J.P. LaCourcia. LaCourcia tried to find O'Connor and overled the pass, and that's icing against the Loyola Ramblers. What we have is a round robin now. We got the 6 top teams playing each other in a round robin. Ties stand the 2 best teams with the best records in the playoffs. Just the playoffs now. The regular season doesn't count. Just the playoffs will advance on into the next round, the quarterfinals, which will then follow the semifinals, and then the Scholastic Cup in this bracket, which is the championship, really, of the Metro League, and it's going to be held right here in Winnetka. On the near side boards now, fed ahead by Matt O'Connor, trying to find Chula, and Yoon hit hard into the corner. That taken by the Trevians. They clear it out ahead, and this is going to be icing against New Trier. And it is. Minute 40 to play here in the period. And the draw taken by the Trevians. Here's Jamie Crowley. Crowley into the zone. Drop pass. Oh, nice one. Shot. Oh, just wide. Rebound into the slot. Nobody there. Now another attempt, and just couldn't get to it in time. Schragle puts it back to Kevin Carroll. Carroll kept in the zone by Paul Benjamin. Nice little wrist shot, but overshot it to the near side. Now taken by Jamie Crowley. Trevians, that crisp passing offside against New Trier, though. The leading scorer this year in the Metro North was Mark Harris. It's the first time in Metro North history, the 24 years of the Metro North, it's the first time that any player has won it 3 years in a row. The leading scorer 3 years in a row, Mark Harris, did it the last 3 years. He won't have a chance to do it 4 years because he's a senior. Dumped down into the zone, less than a minute to play here in the first period. Put over to the far side. Connor Long. McHugh out for Chaya. Broken away by Yoon. Flipped back down into the zone. Heitman put it back, left it back there. Now over here to the near side. LaCourcia came in off the point. Put it in deep. McHugh right in front. Shot, a goal! Connor Long! Connor Long puts it home. The Trevian defense collapsed a little bit. Nobody picked up Connor Long in deep. Again, a case of chasing the puck that New Trier does on occasion. Matt Passon, John Eichelberger, Dan Lutz, back to Eichelberger. Eichelberger, center right in front. The shot, and it sort of dribbled off the stick rather, of Keelan, and grabbed and held on by Bob Deppish. Connor Long with the goal that puts the Ramblers on top here, 1-0. New Trier lost 2 games during the regular season, 1 to Lake Forest and 1 game to Evanston. Out to the point and out beyond the blue line. Picked up by Dan Lutz. Down to about 10 seconds to play here in the period. Picked up by Eichelberger. Eichelberger, nice little dipsy-doodle move. There's a shot. Oh, just a little wide. I'm not sure if that was Keelan or Lutz that got that away, and that'll do it for the first period. At the end of the first period of play, the score is the Loyola Ramblers 1 and the New Trier Trevians Green Team 0. We'll be back with more hockey action in just a moment here on the network. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network, all set to get underway with the second period. Welcome back to tonight's action. The Loyola Ramblers on top 1-0 on the goal late in the first period by Connor Long. Now, LaCourcia let it go by. He retreats into his own zone, out to the blue line. Taken there by Matt O'Connor. 2-on-1 break. O'Connor to the backside. Shot, oh, just wide. Matt O'Connor. O'Connor on his off wing, and now cleared out the center ice. LaCourcia puts it back in, delay offside. They never did come out of the zone. I think it was an offside over here on the near side. Chula went back in before the zone had been cleared, and so it remains an offside called back out here at the blue line against the Loyola Ramblers. Face-off will take place right down here in front of us. We're in Winnetka, first round of the playoffs. The draw back to LaCourcia. J.P. LaCourcia puts it into the zone for the Ramblers. Taken there by Brad Parker. Parker puts it to the far side. Ho. Chris Ho put it out to center ice. Now Ho will pick it up again at the blue line. J.P. LaCourcia at his blue line. And now dump back down into the zone. And a whistle for icing against Loyola. Bob Depesh, the goaltender for Loyola Gold, named one of the co-winners of the most valuable player in the All-Star game. Made some outstanding saves in the All-Star game. New Trier, after a very strong regular season, but I think also it's been kind of an up and down second half of the season for the Trevians. They've taken some naps and been fortunate to get away with their lives intact during the regular season as they moved closer to the playoffs. Dumped back down into the zone, right back out. It would have been offsides anyway. Up ahead and offsides. Schragle was in ahead of the play. And that was rather obvious. That was a good 3 to 5 feet into the zone. I don't know what everybody's oohing and eyeing and complaining about, but that was rather obvious. Now the face-off taken by Nowak, who puts it into the Trevians' end of things. Net passing up for Paul Benjamin. He gave it up to Jamie Crowley. Crowley crosses the red line. Crowley cranks it and booms it off the backboards. New Trier doing that dump and chase again. A nice little shot off the side of the net. Paul Benjamin got that away, but put it off the side of the net. Now, Jeff Parker gave it in to Paul Benjamin. He's double-teamed off the puck. They push it along the boards. Pops free. Schwartz tried to get it out of the zone. Now Bill Schwartz clears it out. And a little bit behind. Jeff Parker now with it. Was intended for Schragle, but a little behind him. Now picked up by Jeff Parker to the near side. Peyton Chain. Parker. Now Jamie Crowley. Crowley, I don't know what he's thinking there. And they'll take the icing maybe just to get that line change. That's what the Trevians wanted. They wanted to make a line change. 11:51 to play in the second period. The Trevians obviously felt that the line had been on the ice a little bit too long and asked for the coaches asked for the icing. Now, Leahy didn't have anywhere to shoot it. Now does, and grabbed and held on by C.J. Heitman. Well, in some ways, a game like this is easier to do than a game where everyone sets up inside the zone. Because when you set up inside the zone, that's when players kind of hang around. As they hang around in front of the goal, they start hacking and whacking at each other, and things get a little bit rowdy. In a game like this, where everybody's flowing and moving so quickly, you have a less chance of that going on. And with that, some of the action... some of that hacking and whacking that causes tempers to flare just doesn't go on. Picked up by Peter Cecil. Cecil puts it to the near side. LaCourcia. Everybody seems now, the teams have seemed to be moving down to the 2 or 3 lines from the old one. Right in front. Oh, Keneally had a shot and he fanned on the puck. He was open in that slot, had the shot and fanned on it. Now tried to find Eichelberger, couldn't do so. Chaya, and Connor Long looking to cherry pick a little bit. Got behind the defense, but it turns out to be icing against the Loyola Ramblers anyway. Well, here we are once more in the playoffs. Hard to believe we've gotten there already. This has been a season with a lot of twists and turns and all kinds of strange stuff going on. Put back to the corner. Started off with the very first game of the season. Picked up by Samus. Out to Jordy Katz. Katz puts it to Brad Parker. Parker Give and go back to the far side. John Eichelberger. Eichelberger into the zone. Bump with the shot, the save. Put to the corner, Samus. And now here come the Ramblers back the other way. Matt O'Connor. O'Connor put it to the near side. Chula. Joey Chula got bumped off and cleared out to center ice. Mitch Dudek put it back in. Brad Parker. Parker cleared out ahead. Lump to Eichelberger. 2-on-1 break for the Trevians. Centered and knocked out of there by Chain, and now the net dislodged by Peyton Chain as he broke up that cross-ice pass. Peyton Chain broke up the cross-ice pass and then kind of flew into the net there. The object's to put the puck in the net, not the player. It'll be an interesting game, a new type of hockey game. Interesting game. Object is to put the player into the net. Wouldn't that be an interesting game of hockey to play? Forget the puck. The object is to put the player into the net. Right in front, Millard shot it a little wide. Ho, on the near side. Now picked up by the Ramblers. Out to Matt Passon. Bouncing puck, and Depesh had to take a second swipe at it to come up with it. Grabbed and held on. Of course, these two teams, every time they play, they kind of get a little bit more at stake with the fan support and the intensity. And certainly after a slow start, the crowd has grown in size considerably, but it took them a little while to get here tonight. I guess that's because there was some homework to get done first. Here's a pass with the shot save. Rebound, and it saves. Third attempt, grabbed and held on by Depesh. Bob Depesh again 3 times, and he was there for all 3. Boy, this is an interesting thing. I just realized this. All 5 of the coaches that are standing over there are all former Metro North players. Now picked up by Connor Long. Connor Long brings it the other way. Connor Long into the zone. Tried to split the defense. Couldn't do so. Picked up by Jeff Parker, and he sends it sailing at the Loyola contingent. I wonder if there was something planned in that. I don't think so, but it'd be waking them up a little bit down there. Dave Cromer played for Evanston back in the early 80s. Kurt Wittenberg in the mid-70s. Stuart Gould back in the late 70s for Evanston. And they're now all coaching Neutral Green. Okay. Clear out to center ice. Kevin Carroll rather put it into the zone. Picked up by Paul Yoon. Yoon broken up by McHugh. Mike McHugh tried to get the shot away, ran into traffic out front. Now to the near side, picked up by Paul Benjamin. Paul Benjamin gave it to Yoon. Yoon to the far side, out to the point, and out beyond the blue line. Taken by Kevin Carroll. Nearly stolen away by Jeff Davidson, near side. Paul Benjamin, and he got bumped hard by Kevin Carroll. Back down into the Trevians end. Picked up by Peter Cecil. Cecil, Connor Long put it in. Way offside was McHugh. He'll go off on the line change. And the Trevians clear it out to center ice. Leahy puts it back in, and it doesn't matter. No shot. It was offsides against the Loyola Ramblers. The 2 Loyola coaches, DJ LeVar, played for Glenbrook North. John LeVar for Loyola. So all the coaches over there, former Metro North players. A couple of them with Division I hockey experience, playing-wise. Here's John Eichelberger. Eichelberger into the zone. Keelan centered it. Nobody there. They tried to drop pass, and everybody had already gone in too tight. There's a big boomer, and that boomed way wide. LaCourcia, no, he couldn't keep it in the zone, offside. Now the draw flipped into the zone by O'Connor. Joey Chula stole it away. Samus centered it. Eichelberger there. John Eichelberger. Up ahead for Dan Lutz. Dan Lutz. Lutz dropped past it. Chula was there. Brad Parker keeps it in the zone. Parker blast and the save by Depesh. With the glove. Going high to the glove side. That's a standard mistake, I think, that a lot of players make as they go to that glove side. The better place to go is to go to that far side and go to the blocker side, the stick side. But players have always seemed to want to go to that near side, thinking they have a better chance with more net leeway. But the goalie gets in the way of that too many times. Out to the point. Off the boards. The big blaster, and just a little wide. Jeff Parker took that. Now pass it in tight. Pass and shot save. Rebound save. Third and a goal! Roger Lump. Roger Lump puts it home, and we're tied at 1. Roger Lump. Boy, they were in tight. And again, a case of the defenseman not being able to pick up the men. Depesh unable to gain control of that puck. And we're tied at 1. Passing. Jeff Parker. Broken up. McHugh. Now taken by Roger Lump. Just scored that goal to tie it up. Passing up ahead for Kennelly. Now taken by Lump, who'll flip it into the zone. Up high, J.P. LaCourcia. LaCourcia to the far side. Now picked up by Lump. Kennelly. And they push it along the boards there. Still pushing at it. Pops free. They shot, the save. That actually went off the mask. I don't think Depesh actually saw that. But they shot it right into Depesh's equipment, and he gets credit with the save nonetheless. Parker now offside. Delay offside on the part of the Trevians. They're going to make a line change. And Passon thought better of putting it into the zone, making sure the team was on and ready to go. Passon put it over on that far side. Now bouncing puck. Ho gave it back to the defense, and now the Trevian defense will change up. Yoon right into front. Shot. And the goal! Pat Turner! He had time to even set that puck up. Right through the 5-hole. And the Trevians are on top here, 2-1. And DJ LeVar, none too pleased over there on that Loyola bench. Matt O'Connor to the far side. Now taken in by Joey Chula, taken away by the Trevians. Oh, John Eichelberger. Eichelberger to the near side, Matt. Dan Lutz. Lutz in on the breakaway. Shot and the save by Depesh. Over to the far side. Picked out, and now the Ramblers with the breakaway. In, shot, save by C.J. Heitman. Oh, my. Talk about opening up. End-to-end action. 2 breakaways, 1 on each side, and the goalie's up to both of them. Over here to the near side. Boy, this is playoff action right off the bat. This is something else. You get a shot just high and wide by Samus. Oh, man. Cleared out the center ice. Nowak gave it to Samus. Stolen away by Keelan. J. Edgar Keelan to the near side. John Eichelberger. Eichelberger flips it into the zone, right back out to the blue line, taken by Matt O'Connor. O'Connor. And he lost control of it, taken by John Eichelberger. Eichelberger into the zone, offside against the Trevians. Over on the far side there, Jamie Crowley was in ahead of the play for the offside. 4:30 to play here in the second period. A wild and woolly, exciting second period of tonight's action. A wild and woolly second period. 2 breakaways, and the goalies saved both. Now here's Davidson, 2-on-2. Davidson, that's knocked away by LaCourcia. Back behind the goal line, LaCourcia and Benjamin near side. Now Brad Parker out to the point, held in the zone by Jamie Crowley. Crowley still controls. Crowley in the corner. Nowhere to go with it. Now taken by Matt Schragle. Schragle, he tried to shoot it out of there, and it's taken by Davidson. Now Paul Benjamin. Benjamin at the shallow angle, now picked up by Crowley, a little backhander, and that's a little wide. Taken a little too soon. Matt Schragle to the near side, Peyton Chain. Peyton Chain brings it into the Trevians defensive zone, to the side of the net. Now right in front, shot saved. Here's LaCourcia, he couldn't get the shot away, and Jamie Crowley overskated it. Another shot and a save, and O'Donohue took the man instead of the puck. Man, we're talking about end-to-end action. A lot of excitement in this one. I don't know. That was some very weird play. I think that was more a case of everybody just going end-to-end and just putting everything out. And by the end of that, everyone was just so exhausted on this very end of the play that people just did some very strange things out there, like just falling on people and stuff like that. Well, oh my. There's a shot, a save! And just because we change lines, it doesn't change anything. That was a mistake on the Trevians' part. The puck came out of that face-off right into the slot, and nobody from the Trevians went to chase it. 3:23 to play here in the period. And boy, if we continue at this pace, I'm not going to have a voice left at the end of this game. John Veselowski, one of the referees up here perusing the game. Don't worry, they can't hear you down on the ice when I'm saying this. He's actually doing a little grade reporting. He's writing down grades on referees here. Chaya. Right through the slot, over here to the near side, Mike McHugh. Back over to the far side, that's taken by Matt Passon. Matt Passon spreads it out. Passon puts it to the near side. Matt Passon brings it into the zone. Passon right through the slot. Oh, off the leg. Nearly went in off the leg. I don't think they would have counted it, but it would have been interesting. Oh, it still would have counted. Okay, they're telling me it's still... John sitting up here says, oh, yeah, that counts. Okay, Matt Passon. Because the impetus on the shot was with the stick, huh? And we lose the puck and get a face-off right into the puck goes into the New Trier bench. 2:40 to play here in the period. I guess because he didn't try and direct it in with the leg. Now the face-off inside the Loyola end. It was a Loyola player that shot it out. Parker with the shot, deflected back behind the goal line. Leahy now picked up by the Ramblers. 3-on-2 if they hurry it. Chula, Joey Chula spreads it out. Chula with the shot to save. And again, the Trevians misdirect that puck. Again, letting it get sloppily into the possession of the Ramblers. Cleared up ahead. Here's John Eichelberger. Down to 2 minutes and change to play here in the second period. 2-1 in favor of the Trevians. John Eichelberger spreads it out. Eichelberger right through the slot. Depesh got a little piece of it. Brad Parker at the red line. Parker gave it ahead to Dan Lutz, he flicked it into the zone, taken there by J.P. LaCourcia. He clears it out to center ice. Back in the Trevians end, picked up by Jeff Parker. Parker puts it out to the point. Look, Chula. Now it's Keelan. Keelan up ahead for Lutz. Danny Lutz dropped past it. Nobody there. Back the other way, Matt Schragle. Schragle brings it into the zone. Schragle takes the shot. The save and held on by C.J. Heitman. And then Bill Schwartz up on top of C.J. Heitman. And Heitman going to get up a little slowly here. He got bumped rather heavily by Bill Schwartz on the end of the play. There are always things that I hear from parents that are unbelievable. I don't know where these people come from, but there's some stuff that parents yell and scream. Just incredible. Bill Schwartz with the puck. Schwartz backhands it into the slot, bouncing puck. Schragle had it briefly. Now Paul Benjamin, he couldn't get it out of the zone. Schwartz with the shot, oversticked it. Picked up by Matt Passon. Passon, nice move. Brings it to the near side on the breakout, out to Paul Benjamin, and he tried to flick it out of the zone. Nothing doing. Nowak kept it in. Over to the far side, and the Trevians again tried to flick it out of that zone. Now out to Jeff Davidson. Underled the pass for Paul Benjamin. Back behind the goal, Kevin Carroll. Kevin Carroll with it. As we're down to less than a minute to play here in the second period. Picked up by Peter Cecil. Cecil ahead for Jamie Crowley. Now into the zone, Kevin Carroll. Kevin Carroll to the far side. On Connor Long, just on for the line change. A big shot and the save. A little sneak move back behind the play. Loyola made a line change and put Connor Long on there. And Long, with a little cherry pick move back behind the play, got the shot away. C.J. Heitman with the save. Jeff Parker put it to the near side. Dan Lutz, he got bumped by Connor Long. Trevians avoid the check, and Keneally now put back deep into the corner, picked up by Brad Parker. Parker to the far side, out to the blue line, held in the zone by the Ramblers. Roger Lump, and now cleared out the center ice by Brad Parker, and just a few ticks of the clock left to play here in the second period. J.P. LaCourcia on the near side. And the horn sounds at the end of the second period of play. The score is the New Trier Trevians 2 and the Loyola Ramblers Gold Team 1. We'll be back with more hockey action in a barn burner. The first game of the divisional round robin in just a moment. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. And boy, if you haven't watched any hockey, high school hockey, in your life, stick around and watch this one. This is unbelievable. It's been great. We're at the playoff time, playoff hockey, and it is at its finest. Oh, boy. Both ends of the ice. A clean game. No penalties called. Nothing to call. As I said, when you play a game like this, there's so much action and it's happening so fast that there really isn't any time to stop and take a cheap shot at somebody. And Terry McLaughlin has had a very easy time of this one, going back and forth and watching a great game. Obviously looking for something, but he's watching the action, but nothing to call. It's been a real clean game. Taken by Matt Passon. Passon on the near side. Matt Passon brings it into the zone. Passon dumps it to the corner. Picked up by J.P. LaCourcia. Just on their way in the third period. 2-1 in favor of the Trevians. Dumped back in deep by Passon and deflected by Leahy nearly into the goal. Right into the slot. Now taken by the Ramblers. On the far side, Tim Leahy. Leahy. Now Matt Passon. And they push it along there. Off a leg. Keelan, I think, got a piece of that. by accident, and now the puck frozen underneath everybody over there in that corner. Hockey at its finest. Now the face-off taken by Paul Yoon. Yoon to the near side. Jamie Crowley. Now taken by the Trevians. Lump puts it into the zone. Dudek put it to the far side. Connor Long got it caught up in his skate a little bit. Now Paul Yoon picks it up at the red line and now put back deep for Kevin Carroll. Carroll puts it on the far side. Funny bounce off the boards, out to the point and out beyond the blue line. Mad chase on. Chaya couldn't come up with it. Jeff Davidson ended up putting a shot on his own goalie. On the near side. Now stolen away by Chaya, taken by Roger Lump. That ice a little soft yet. Didn't have a chance to harden up and freeze up completely, and the players having a little trouble with their footing. 12:37 to play here in the third period. Now the face-off. In the corner, taken by Brad Parker. Parker with it. Parker out ahead for Kennelly. Give and go play in by Jeff Davidson out to the point and out beyond the blue line. Brad Parker, he's got two forecheckers on him. Out ahead and overled the pass for Paul Benjamin off the boards. J.P. LaCourcia. LaCourcia up ahead for Bill Schwartz. That was broken up. Jordy Katz gave it to Kennelly. Give and go back to Katz, and Katz lost his stick. On the near side, O'Donohue tried to put it into the corner. O'Donohue kept it in the zone. Paul Benjamin tried to put it to the near side because all the wingers for New Trier were over there on that side. Now, a bunch of offsides. I don't know why he blew the whistle. The puck never did go in that zone. But in any case, it was blown down as an offside. Now, again, what happens is this is round robin. Ties stand. Everything's just the way it is. The two teams with the best record will advance to the next round, the quarterfinals, against the other divisions of Metro. Passon with the shot, deflected, and grabbed and held on by Bob Deppish. 11:28 to play here in the period. .28 to play. A good, large crowd on hand tonight. Little backhand shot, and that's a little wide. Pat Turner, who got the current goal that's leading for the Trevians. Back behind the goal line again, picked up by Mike Nowak. Nowak clears it, deflected. O'Connor and Cecil tie each other up. Trevians a little indecision in that corner. A hand pass in there. Now picked up, and the Trevians feed it ahead. Nice little move by Justin Millard. Millard tried to find Lutz, and Lutz was in ahead of the play offside. Trevians offside. .42 to play here in the third period. Here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. We got a long way to go in our season, and now we're at the exciting part. All done with the regular season. Offside at the face-off. They let it go. Out ahead off Chaya's skate, and picked up by Paul Yoon. Up ahead for John Eichelberger. Eichelberger to Lutz. Lutz dropped past it to Eichelberger. Eichelberger in. Backhand. Just kind of oversticked it a little bit. One too many times trying to flip it over. On the far side, here come the Loyola Ramblers. Up the ice, Connor Long with the long shot, along with the lone Loyola goal. Now, Keelan and Watts back behind the goal line, picked up by J. Edgar Keelan over to the far side. Now picked up by Eichelberger. John Eichelberger put it to the near side. Dan Watts. Watts got by the man. Watts. And now back out to the point. Picked up by J.P. LaCourcia. LaCourcia, the defenseman, looking for help, and now he'll just dump it in and go off on the line change. C.J. Heitman left it back behind the goal. Now picked up by Dan O'Donohue. O'Donohue up ahead for Jamie Crowley. O'Donohue outside. Jeff Davidson was in the zone. Over here on the left wing. Basically, what I'm saying about the way the round robin works, you don't have to, losing a game does not necessarily eliminate you from the playoffs, no more than winning a game necessarily means that you're in. Certainly helps to win, but even if you tie, that's not necessarily bad. It depends on what everybody else does. Jeff Davidson. And in the Scholastic Cup bracket, everybody is playing tonight. Over here on the near side, Joey Chula put it into the zone. Dan O'Donohue. O'Donohue on the far side. O'Donohue up ahead for Jamie Crowley. Crowley crosses the blue line. Crowley looking for some help. And then he got pushed and pushed some more by Kevin Carroll. Terry McLaughlin, the referee, right there, nothing to call. Now a little give and go back to Davidson, and Carroll bumping and holding on to each other. Right in front, shot a goal! Matt Passon! The defenseman raged in on the slot and put it home, and the Trevians lead it 3-1. The Trevians lead 3-1 on the goal by Matt Passon. Ranging in the slot. And boy, he had Bob Deppish dead to rights. Again, a lot of these goals tonight have all been really defensive lapses inside, tight inside. It hasn't been the goalie's fault. The goalies have made some outstanding saves. It's really been the defense on both these teams that have given up these goals. Dan Lutz with a nice little backhand to save by Deppish, and on the second effort manages to put the glove down and hold it for the face-off. I wouldn't call this... I would call this absolutely, the goalies are playing unbelievable on both ends of the ice tonight. This has been an unbelievable game as far as the goalies. As far as the forwards go, it's been an unbelievable game. The defense tonight on both sides has occasionally made some blunders here. And there's one right there. Matt O'Connor with the blaster to goal. Matt O'Connor with the blaster in the goal. And again, a case of a defensive error on the part of Peter Cecil, not taking that puck. Trying to skate before he had possession and control of the puck. Let it get underneath his stick. And Matt O'Connor right there to bring it in and blast it from the right wing. And the Trevians now lead it 3-2. Matt O'Connor. J.P. LaCourcia. LaCourcia, the defenseman, avoids the check but lost the puck. Dan O'Donohue, he got bumped. Picked up by Matt Passon. Passon now with the goal that's the difference in this game. Eichelberger, Lutz, back to Eichelberger. Over to the far side. O'Donohue with the shot. The save by Deppish. Eichelberger Now picked up again over to the far side, stolen away. O'Donohue puts it back down into the zone. Deep, picked up by Lutz. Lutz on his off wing decided to put it in deeper. Leahy near side. LaCourcia couldn't come up with it. Chaya out to the point and out beyond the blue line. O'Donohue tried to put it back into the zone. Now picked up by Chaya. Chaya gave it to O'Connor. O'Connor puts it in. And then off on the line change. Trevians will make a line change 2 here. Keelan up ahead for Pat Turner. Now picked up by Mike Samus. Interesting matchup line-wise. Delay offside. Samus got blindsided. Pat Turner into the zone, and it was offside. Justin Millard was basically dumped into the zone offside. Trevians got caught with their feet in the cookie jar. 6:51 to play here in the period. I'm not sure, maybe that right winger was also in ahead of the puck. And the face-off right down here in front of us. The draw. Back to the Trevian defense. Peter Cecil retreats into his own zone to pick it up. Peter Cecil up ahead for Justin Millard through his legs. Chris Ho on his off wing. Actually, it's on his right wing, the proper wing, but he oversticked it. Ended up putting it on the backhand. Chris Ho put it in. I think the Loyola fans here wanted a holding a little while back there. Nothing called. Peter Cecil. Cecil up ahead to Justin Millard. Ain't nothing that the ref don't call it. On the near side boards. Cecil now out to Matt Schragle. Schragle tries to find Peyton Chain. Now both teams with their third lines out there. And now they'll change it up. Paul Yoon. Give those top players a couple of moments breather. Kevin Carroll back behind the goal line. Kevin Carroll crosses the red line, dumps it in, high over the goal, back over to the corner. Matt Passon controls the puck. Matt Passon to the near side. Passon looking. Now we'll dump it out ahead. Oh, nice pass to Davidson. Picked up by Kevin Carroll. Back to the red line. Mike McHugh. McHugh puts it into the zone and then gets bumped by Matt Passon. Now here come the Trevians out of the zone. Davidson with a little dipsy-doodle move up ahead for Crowley. Crowley into the zone with Roger Lump. A little bit of a mixed line out there for everybody. Jeff Parker with the shot. The save. I think it got out front. Now there's a shot up and deflected out front, I believe. Taken back the other way. Mike Samus. Joey Chula. Chula tried to center it. Trevian smelled that out, cleared it all the way down, and that's going to be icing against New Trier. And it is. Trevian's icing. A barn burner tonight. And this is the way the playoffs should be. The way hockey should be here in Illinois. The way it used to be. The way it used to be. We should have more games like this. Instead of the nonsense that went on like Glenbrook North and Glenbrook South last week in the playdown game. Boy, was that a joke. Near side, Dan Lutz. Lutz into the zone. Centered. Eichelberger shot in the save by Depesh. Couldn't get much on it. Well tied up. But Eichelberger got the shot away. Matt O'Connor was on him. And Depesh able to make the save. About 4.5 left to play. And I don't know why they're lining up on the near side. The faceoff's going to be on the far side. Everybody was all set to line up over here on the near side. And the linesman, Scott Zabin, was standing there with the puck on the far side. He was ready to drop it with nobody there. Out to the point. O'Donohue. Now picked up by John Eichelberger. Now J.P. LaCourcia. LaCourcia puts it right in on his head coach, D.J. LeVar. Got bumped with the puck. 4:12 to play here in the third period. Trevian's lead is 1. And then as we move down closer with the score remaining the same, if it does, we can certainly expect Loyola to take their timeout and think about pulling Bob Deppish. Right now, Trevians lead it by 1. The face-off sits at the face-off circle, now picked up by Samus. Samus over here to the near side. Chaya with the shot, the save, the rebound, pops free. Trevians clear it out to center ice. Kevin Carroll will put it right back into the zone, now picked up by Peter Cecil. Cecil put it over on the far side. Now into the zone comes Jamie Crowley. Crowley thought better of the shot, now takes it in the save, and again Deppish will hold it for the face-off. Deppish doing a lot of that, holding on to the puck every chance he gets. This New Trier team notorious for sweeping and flowing all around in front of a goalie, and it's very difficult for a goalie to keep track of where that puck is and where those New Trier players are. Out to center ice, Jamie Crowley. Now Chaya got it into the zone, picked up by Paul Yoon back behind his own goal. Paul Yoon puts it to the near side, and Jamie Crowley got it out to center ice, then got bumped by Chaya, now picked up by Roger Lump. He put it into the zone, delay offside, and then the Trevians did tag up on the boards. They push it along, kick over here to the near side. Joey Chaya clears it out ahead, intended for Chain, and Chain got bumped heavily by Matt Passon, put back into the zone, picked up by Kevin Carroll. Kevin Carroll and Jordy Katz got in the way of the pass that was supposed to clear the zone. Little give-and-go play, and now into the slot, and overled was Kennelly, and dumped back down into the zone, picked up by Parker. And I noticed Matt Passon a little gingerly trying to work off a little pain off on the side of the New Trier bench. On the near side, inside the New Trier end. Now Jeff Parker put it to the far side. A little give-and-go play. That's broken up. Here comes Peter Cecil. Cecil up ahead for Kennelly. Kennelly into the zone. Pat Kennelly on his off wing. He turned it over. Right through the slot. Jeff Parker, he fanned on the puck the first time. Takes the second one into the slot again. Down the man goes, but he cleared it to center ice. Picked up by Peter Cecil. Cecil put it to the far side. Jeff Parker. Jeff Parker ahead for Paul Benjamin. Paul Benjamin blasts it and got a little bit too much of it, or maybe it was deflected out front. On the near side boards, McHugh right into the slot. Kennelly didn't know what to do with it. Should have taken the shot. Instead, he was looking, eyes up and looking around and trying to find it. I guess he ran out of legs. Really what happened, because now he goes off on the line change. Eichelberger tried to keep it in the zone. Now dumped back down in there. Picked up by J.P. LaCourcia. Down to a minute and a half or so left to play in the game. Trevians with the lead by 1. Leahy over to the far side. LaCourcia, don't be surprised if Loyola takes an icing call here just to get the stoppage of the clock. Shot, grabbed, and held on, and now the stoppage of the clock with a minute 25 to play in the period. And will the Ramblers, yeah, there they go, the signal, and Loyola going to take a timeout here. Loyola Ramblers timeout with a minute 25 to play in the period. Timeout, Loyola. Thank you, Terry. Nice little signal, he goes. Or, if you prefer, unsportsmanlike conduct. It's the same signal. Minute 25 to play. And Loyola going to talk about how they're going to pull that goalie. I've seen them do some scoring in situations like this, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility. As we said in the playoffs, ties stand in the divisional round robin. So it certainly won't hurt the Ramblers at this stage of the playoffs, the first game of the playoffs, to go ahead and pull that goaltender as we move a little closer here, depending on position and control of the puck. Of course, that also gives New Trier the opportunity. One of the things about the playoffs is that you really have to keep on scoring goals. Even if you're up by the score of 10-1 or something like that in the playoff game, you got to keep on scoring goals because one of the deciders in the playoffs on who advances is goal differential. So how many goals you score in the playoffs is one of the deciding factors on whether or not a team will advance. So the opportunity here is certainly the opportunity is fraught on both sides of the ice to continue to score no matter what happens here in the last minute 25 of the third period. The old rule about the running time does not apply in the playoffs. Obviously, you can't have running time in the playoffs because of the goal differential. Or it didn't in the past. They may have changed that. I think they did change that this year. I think now they do have the slaughter rule and the running time clock in the playoffs. LaCourcia, we have a cherry pick out high, Mike Samus. Now O'Connor put it into the zone, passing, and there goes Depesh, but he won't get out of there before they lose the puck out of the ring. They're just going to pull him on his own now. 1:04 left to play, and Bob Depesh has been pulled for the extra attacker. 1:04 left to play here in the third period. New Trier on top, 3-2. The whistle, and we have offside at the face-off, and everybody chased out of there. Eichelberger will face off now against Matt O'Connor. Picked up by Matt Passon. Passon controlled the puck, put to the near side, or far side rather, and Jamie Crowley, Samus, O'Connor, and they push it along the boards. 50 seconds to play in the period and the game. Samus, Crowley, O'Connor, and cleared out to the point, held in the zone. No, offside. Kevin Carroll did not hold it in the zone, and boy, talk about screaming and yelling. Scott Zabin was right there. It was close. It was real close. But Scott Zabin, the linesman, was right there, and he said that it had cleared the zone. 36 seconds left to play in the third period. Now it'll be Dan Lutz facing off with Mike McHugh. And the draw won by the Ramblers. LaCourcia put it into the zone. Matt O'Connor, blast, the save, rebound, save. Oh, my. Heitman managed to get in front of that. Loyola player couldn't lift the puck through all the traffic. 20 seconds to play. Jamie Crowley, now O'Connor, pops free. Picked up by Brad Parker, and he'll just clear it out to center ice. Put back in by Kevin Carroll. Delay offside, and that's going to do it. Trevians are going to win it. Passon clears it, and that's it. The hockey game is over. Final score, the New Trier Trevians Green Team 3, Loyola Gold 2. This is Mark Braun. Hope you enjoyed this game. Oh, my. First game of the playoffs, lots more to come. Oh, just the very first one of these. This broadcast has been brought to you on the broadcasting rights granted by the Metro Chicago Sports Network, solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any rebroadcast or the use of the descriptions of the accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Metro Chicago Sports Network is an infringement of the copyright and strictly prohibited. Your announcer is an independent producer of these games and solely responsible for its content. Much thanks to Bob Schullis on camera tonight. This game was pre-recorded for presentation at this time. We'll see you next week with more hockey action, and we say, as always,